Okay, I think this should work pretty well. Let me see. And of course, the dogs decided to freak out as soon as I turned on the mic. Cool. Um, okay. Let's try switching scenes real quick. Hopefully OBS doesn't choke on it. Hey, look, here we are. Look at that. Me, live on the internets. And I have a physical chroma key now. I have a blue screen, a DIY makeshift blue screen going on now. So I have no more of that bullshit with Camo Studio wanting to flicker and do weird stuff with my camera with its virtual background removal thing that it does. Because that just doesn't work very well, I've noticed. If your lighting isn't perfect or if your camera's not exactly like premium quality, it doesn't always want to do very well. Let me see, I might fiddle with filters here real quick because I want to check. Are there any other filters here? HDR tone mapping, fix alpha blending. Let's try that. That actually might look a little better. I don't know. It's hard to tell. I think the chroma is screwing a little bit with some of like stuff here. I might have to mess with that a little more too. Hang on a second. Filters, chroma. Turn back the. Ooh, no, right about. About 215, 220, I think, for the similarity, and then we'll bump the smoothness up a bit. No, that's too much. That's not enough. Right about there. Color spill reduction to around, say that. Smoothness, opacity, contrast, brightness, gamma. I don't want to tweak the gamma much. That should be good. I think that looks alright. Yeah. So, I am just screwing around. Let me just do this real quick. Test. That should come up. Yep, that came up there, and it should come up on the video feed. Awesome. So I've got pretty much everything going now as far as my my streaming setup. I've got my camera feed with some clever chroma key tricks to get rid of the background so that I blend in nice. And now I've got my chat overlay working, which is good. Yeah. Okay, subscriber only mode. You're just whatever YouTube. Anyway, yeah. So I don't necessarily want to do anything with Skyrim at the moment because I've been having some trouble with it. Not necessarily. I'm having some issues with the mod list. We'll put it that way. Nothing serious, just annoying stuff that if I had to deal with it now, it would end up taking me like an hour to even figure out what I was doing with that. So for testing purposes, I think I'm going to try something else. I'm going to do, what do I got here? Okay, let's go ahead and switch scenes. Stream. So yeah, my Steam library. This is what my Steam library currently looks like. So we could try Cyberpunk 2077. I was thinking about getting back into that. It's an option that I considered. Red Dead Redemption 2 is also something I could potentially mess around with, but I don't know. Like, both of those games are things where if I get into those, it's going to be... I want something I could just pick up for a minute and then, you know, put down when I'm done. That way I'm not taking all afternoon screwing around with stuff. Go ahead and hit desktop audio too so that you can hear whatever game I decide to play. Actually, before we get into the gaming, give me just a moment. Let me switch off display capture for a moment so that I can do... I want to pull up... So I want to show you guys what I've been doing. This is basically just going to be me rambling for a second, but I did some recent remodeling, you could say, to my desk setup because... show you here. Let me go back to earlier photos. Oh my god, I've got so many freaking screenshots on here. Okay. What? even see what I'm looking at here. Hold on. Okay, so this is an older photo though. I don't want to mess with that actually. Get me out of here. Give me another browser. So yeah, my chat anyway. Photos, Google Photos. You have everything. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So bring back the display capture here. This was my desktop setup as of like a couple weeks ago. Because I have the main PC on these 3 monitors, of course, and then I have the secondary PC that I'm using for streaming, the transcode stuff, over here on this side. And you can see it's tucked down here. It's a little cube, mini ITX cube that I built about like a month ago now. But I had a problem. I had a problem come up, and give me just a moment. I'll switch this over here so I can grab the picture. Do I even still have the picture? I do not, it seems. Unless, well, it's in my Discord actually. To think of it, I know it's in my Discord. Hold on. Is it not in here? What did I do with that? Where did I leave that? I know I posted it somewhere. Oh no, wait. Hang on. Display. Turn off display. Turn off. Get back into my messages. Not connected. Settings. Oh, the hell. Where do I have it? It's somewhere. Oh, no, wait. I know where it is. I'm being silly. Wait. There it is. Okay. So, let me just download that to my phone. And then if I go into my photos, it should be there. It says connected. Why are you not showing me that photo? Okay, well, you know what, in that case, we'll just get out of that and go in here. Do it this way. Oh, yeah, this is turning into a little saga, but let me see messages. No, it's not in there. Where the hell? What? Save to your messages stored media. Okay. Ah, there it is. Okay, so really? Come on, Christ. Okay, here we go. So this is what I was dealing with a couple weeks ago. I noticed the cheap MDF that the desk was made out of was starting to fail. It was basically just falling apart. So I ended up doing a solution. Slide that over here real quick. And then where do we have here? So this is what I ended up doing. I took basically an old sliding door that we had sitting around, one of several in fact, and basically just replaced the entire desktop with a sliding door, a nice, I don't want to say vintage, but maybe like 25, 30-year-old wood sliding door Had no hinge cutouts on the side, on the edges anywhere. It does have like a couple spots on the underside where there were the rollers where it would hang in the track, you know, and go back and forth. But other than that, this worked out pretty well. I'm happy with it. So if I go over here, I drag that in here. No, I cannot. Okay, let me get the folder back up again. So I'll show you what it looks like now, fully assembled. Once I get that picture, DCIM camera. Oh God, go up here. Oh my, there's so many pictures on this phone. Oh, you know. Here we go. So here's, maybe. Of course, you're gonna do the thing. There we go. So that's what we're looking at now. This is the setup shortly after I got everything put back together, and it's a little bit better, I would say, in a couple of ways. It's much more spacious. There's much more space on my desk surface now for me to use, you know, for my peripherals. I had that little folding table there before from like my keyboard and my mouse because I just didn't have enough space to work with. But I am actually quite pleased with how this all came out. It's a significant little improvement to the space, I would say, and I am pleased as punch about it. Like, I think this is going to be a nice little setup for me, so that I can get back more into doing some of the things that I've been wanting to do, like my streaming that I've been wanting to get back into. I'd like to do more content here on YouTube. Hopefully I can start doing that more consistently, because I would like to grow this channel a little more, based around some of the stuff I've been doing, like my Skyrim modding and other video gaming content that I want to do, because there are other games I would like to play around with a bit. I've been meaning to get back into Factorio since the major update that came out, I believe it was last year already. But the big update that they were talking about that also has the DLC, the space DLC for it. So I kind of want to check that out at some point. Factorio is one of those games that scratches a particular itch for me, to say the least. And there are other games I'd like to do as well. I'd like to get back into Cyberpunk 2077. I haven't played much of that game. I played a good bit of it back when I first got it. Got nearly to the end of the main storyline, and then started doing Phantom Liberty DLC and kind of just got bogged down and lost interest and just kind of let it go. But I'm thinking about starting over with a new playthrough of that. Like I was saying before, in my Steam library, I do have Red Dead Redemption 2 that I want to try and get to at some point. I have not finished that game. In fact, I don't even know how far in I was before. What happened was Steam Cloud screwed up my save file somehow. I don't know what happened, but somehow my save file got broken and reverted back to an much earlier point in my playthrough, and I was just so freaking irritated about it that I was like, all right, no, you know what, I'm done. And so now I think if I go back into that, I'm going to probably start a new playthrough with that as well. But then I've got other stuff as well. Like, this is just what I have installed, but if you look at, I've got a pretty extensive Steam library, and a lot of these games I haven't really played all that much. So, you know, there's reason for me to want to do more content, more variety sort of content on YouTube. Probably going to be mostly Skyrim focused, just because that's where my heart lives right now. But you know, with everything else, you know, these other games that I've got going on here, there are things I want to try and check out. I want to check out the new update for the Factorio stuff, like I said, and then beyond that, just kind of screw around, do whatever fun stuff we can come up with. I just whacked my microphone and made it really noisy. Oops. But yeah, I do want to do different things. Like, I want to kind of try and branch this channel out a little bit. And then there is a chance, I don't know how soon it's going to happen or what it's going to look like, but there is a chance I may end up starting a second channel, a second YouTube channel for other stuff that I want to do outside of my gaming stuff. I'd like to try doing more video essay, media analysis type content. I don't know how well that'll work. I know there are a lot of people doing that, and sometimes it's kind of hit or miss because not many people are that interested to. But I think I'm going to frame it in a way that I think a lot of people will notice and kind of have things to think about with respect to that. But yeah, this was just a quick little test run to see how the stuff is handling everything. What I will do, just as a quick little like stress test, is what I'll do is I'll boot up Doom. Doom's a good game to do some little you know, fiddling around with to see how the system handles it under load. I mean, my main PC is only doing OBS and then sending it across to the Cube for transcoding, so I don't have a very strong worry that that my main PC might have issues. I mean, it's possible. We'll see. Okay, that was just... I don't know what happened there. My display's... Oh, it's on the wrong monitor. Nice. Doom went to one of the vertical monitors for some reason because of my display priority, probably. Okay. Okay. Okay, wait, what? Yeah, it's on the vertical monitor. Hang on. Come on, Doom. Doom, give me a break. Come on, give me a break. Hold on, stand by, technical difficulties. Crap. Okay. Yeah, Windows Firewall, whatever. Give me back the game. Campaign. Where are the... How do you get to the settings menu? Oh. Where the hell is the options? Campaign. Game slot 1 settings. Here we are. Video. Monitor 3. Oh, no. No. Monitor 1. Apply. Monitor 1? No, monitor 3. Yes. There we go. Oh my, there we go. Much better. My camera is... Ooh, yeah, my camera is way laggy. Yikes. Hold on a second here. Can I... Let me Alt-tab out real quick to see what I can do about that. I'm going to turn off game capture. Also, why is my... Oh, my resolution got fucked with. That's why. Hold on a second. Video. Yeah, why are you... Oh my god. Why are you at 30? Why are you at... What the... Okay, Doom, what are you doing? 1080p. Oh my god. There we go. That's better. Holy crap. Why was it... Oh my goodness. That was... Oh, I know why my... I know why I keep losing window focus. Stop desk flow. There. Now my Windows machine won't... Or my Linux machine won't keep stealing my cursor. Alright. So, let me go back. Back. Yeah, fine. We'll do this one. Continue. Yeah, okay. I think we're good. I think now that I figured out what was going on there with the game settings, holy crap. Oh yeah, this is looking fine. Camera feed looks solid. Like, there's no signs of, like, any lag to the camera at all whatsoever. The game is running perfectly, but then again, Doom 2016 was always pretty well optimized. Let me see. How about if I go into video? Let's see, can I go to advanced? Here we go. Accept. Okay, we're on Vulkan. On Ultra? We're on Ultra? No kidding. Ultra with Vulkan. Okay, yeah, all right. Well, this game is like almost 10 years old at this point, so it's no surprise that it runs smooth as butter on my current PC with what I've got going on here. Oh yeah, this looks great. This feels great. Oh, I'm trying to do stuff that yeah, I'm trying to do stuff from Doom Eternal. That doesn't work, but yeah. Cool, cool. I don't even know what I'm doing over here, or where I'm trying to go. Okay. Yeah. I think this will do pretty well. Although I don't know. I don't know if I like that camera placement because it does kind of block some of the heads up on the right there. But I guess it's not a big deal. You don't need to know how much ammo I have. Cool. Yes. 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 Okay. Here we go. Oh, yeah, yeah. See, I was trying to figure out how to get to a secret over here, actually. I think that's why I was where I was. Because there's... Oh, what is it? It's over here, right? Yeah, there's this stuff in here that I can't get to. I don't know how to get to it. I don't remember. But, yeah. Oh, well. Guess it doesn't matter. And where we going? There's this stuff over here. Okay. Yeah, I think this is working pretty well. I see no trouble with my stuff handling what I'm doing here. The YouTube feed looks solid. Yeah, I think we're in business. I think we are in business. I think this is going to work out great. Hell yes. This is awesome. I have a multi-PC streaming setup that is not using a capture card. It is entirely network-based. I'm doing chroma key. I'm doing physical chroma key. I'm doing chat overlay on the transcoding machine. I'm doing gameplay and everything else on the main machine, really. And it all seems to be holding up pretty damn well. I am actually quite pleased by this. This actually is a nice little setup. Cannot complain at all. So, all right. I think that is going to do it for me for now. I am more than satisfied with how this turned out, and I am very confident that over the next couple of weeks I'll be able to work out a schedule where I can stream probably morning EST, probably somewhere around 9 or 10 a.m. start time Eastern Standard until probably about noon or 1 o'clock. Probably around this time frame that I would be ending, around 12:30, 1 o'clock most likely. So it'll only be about maybe 2 or 3 hours at a time that I'll be streaming, and that's really just that's by design for the fact that because I have a small channel, I don't necessarily want to go diving in right away with the marathon streams and getting burned out because, you know, you just don't get that engagement early on. You just don't get the consistent viewers or chat interaction. So it's helpful to kind of break it up into smaller chunks so that you're not just sitting there staring at an empty chat feed going, oh man, no one likes me. But but yeah, you know. So that's the thought process I have with this, is the idea of doing something as more of casual streaming, not so much meant to build the channel, more so as just to kind of put stuff out there and see how things go. Like if I do get more subscribers, if I do get more people showing up during streams live, I know that's going to be tricky because doing it during the day, most people are going to be at work, especially if I'm doing streams that are age restricted. Because I don't I mean, it's not that anything I'm doing would be necessarily age sensitive. Well, some of it is, but I just want to make sure that like I'm not really trying to like, I don't know. I just want to make sure I'm covering my bases. We'll put it that way. With everything that I'm doing here, I want to make sure I'm doing it the best I can with what I've got to work with. So I'm pretty happy with what I've managed to accomplish today. I'm pretty happy with how things are working now that I've gotten everything fairly well optimized. Got my lighting set up working well. Like, I'm happy with how this is all working. I'm pretty darn pleased. I may need to adjust some settings with like the gamma and maybe some contrast boost, because I feel like it might be a little washed out in the camera feed just a little bit. Like, I feel like my forehead's a little bit brighter than it needs to be, but other than that, I think this is doing pretty well. I think I'm pretty happy with this. So yeah, thanks for stopping by. I just wanted to poke my stuff and see if it was working properly. And if you want, I don't know how likely it is anybody would stumble across this particular video, but if you want, you can certainly, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, like the video, like whatever it is you like, and then, yeah, hang out whenever I do go live. So, yeah, in the meantime, thanks for checking things out. This has been Jaroo, and I will see you all later.